Hey, what is up everybody, Bladecifer here, and today I for you guys another video of Persona 5 the Phantom X here. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about challenge battle here and pretty much going over how this is probably going to be your main thing that you really want to focus on. Now, if you guys are interested in videos like these, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. We're going to be pretty much just going over how challenge battle works in here. What is it, to be honest, as well as what's the difference between battle 1 and 2, and of course how everything does work out. So let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Now with challenge battle, you're gonna immediately get this pretty early, especially when it comes down to the battle 1 section. Battle 2 takes you to do a little bit more things here, but you get these both very soon. Now for the battle 1 one, it's going to be permanent, but as you can tell for the battle 2 one here, this one actually has a little bit of a time gate on it, and you will want to go ahead and do these immediately to at least get the best of the best that you can possibly get. They're a little bit harder, but they definitely give a lot better rewards. But first things first, let's go ahead and go over challenge battle 1. Now challenge battle 1 is split into 3 little groups, or at least a couple groups down here, but only 3 that I'm worried about just right now, in which each of these are going to be harder than the next. The further you go, of course, the more little prizes you can get, and which can really help you out when it comes down to either upgrading your character wonder, as well as getting different little daggers and things that you very well will need. Now these of course are going to progressively get better, whether it comes down to at least the prizes that you get for gems currency, or even just upgrading Wonder's main persona. So surely be sure to do this. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and it's not as hard as a lot of you guys think. Excuse me for that one. Whew. But let's go ahead and take a look at the first part here. Now I've only done to difficulty 4 here. I'm actually going to continue going probably off cam because your boy has been knocking these guys out. But I'm going to be doing at least, I think, number 3 as an example, show you guys exactly what this is about. So with challenge battle here, you really want to try your best to go against whatever you're fighting here and get the most points as possible. By doing so, you're going to need to make sure you're hitting status effects here. Even when a status effect procs, such as like burn, that gives you points, any type of damage or even weakened stakes will give you points here. The faster you clear it, or at least when you do these certain things that are needed, aka the accomplishments down here, you'll get extra points in the end, in which will help you get the full 3 stars that you want to have in order to get the most prizes out of this. So we're going to go ahead and use this one as a little bit of an example for at least the first challenge battle here, in which I'm going to be using this team here because we have our burners as well, while having a Zio character on our team, which is going to be from our persona because he does have a Zio move on, and then of course having our healer and our navigator. Now, one thing I do want to say, if you're going to be doing challenge mode whatsoever, it's going to slowly get harder. So of course, having a healer in your team is going to be the best thing that you want to kind of do, or to have some status effect characters, because that would be helpful. As for your navigator, definitely try to keep Okyan in your actual party because she gives a ton of buffs here. Of course, you could go with Puppet, and that will help you out as well when it comes down to defending. But as challenge battle goes on, pretty much it's going to be a quick little match here. We're going to actually keep this on X2 so we can actually show you guys kind of quickly here, but every hit itself does count. So let's go ahead and just use this, I would like to say, on these guys, because I know they are weak to Zio fully. So let's go ahead and knock these guys down, use our fire moves, or at least Agi based moves on these dudes right here to quickly start proccing everything that we need. Now, pretty much everything you do is going to be very helpful. So any type of status effects is what you really want to start proccing on everybody, and this is going to be your bread and butter. So let's quickly use these. Make sure we get the weakened state as much as possible, because weaks, especially inside of this game, is going to be your best friend. So let's quickly use this here. There we go. Got another weakened state here. And now we can kind of just, I guess we can kind of back off a little bit here, but let's go ahead and get another status effect on so we can deal the most fire damage when it does come back around here. And then let's just get some damage off in general. So let's go with this on here, giving us another status effect. Now, as you guys can see, we're slowly in the turn amount of times. I think we need to complete this within maybe 9 turns or something right there, as it says, as well as we do need to proc a couple weaknesses. Well, luckily for us, we already have the weaknesses at least fully settled, so we're already going to be good in that aspect here. So everything else is just going to come from you doing the best you can. Now, the reason why I said bring Oki on, especially for things like this, is because with her third skill, she's able to boost you quite a lot when it does come down to the things that you really need with her amazing buff. Now, this buff is something to be freaking reckoned with, in which if you really want to go for the higher points, definitely use it quite a lot in order to really get those nice damage markers. But first things first, we have everything that we need here. So let's go ahead and hit them with another Zeo. Boom, there's one there. So that's one weakness. And then we're going to go ahead and shift this on over to Kyo, which actually sucks that our On ended up getting knocked, because if that didn't happen, we'd be able to do something crazy here. But let's use this immediately, getting that nice fire amp immediately here, which will stack us a ton of points. And then of course, what are we doing? We still got one more weakness here, so let's break that one as well. Got the whole thing, and now we can do whatever we want. So first things first, let's go ahead and use Mona instead. There we go, another status effect is here. And I think for the most part, we don't want to kill any of them just yet. So get another status effect off. EO could possibly kill, so I don't really want to do that just in case, because they all are low. So let's use this. Okay, no, I didn't get killed. Cool, good. Alrighty, now from here, this is where things get big. Now, if you're using this team specifically, this is what you're going to want for the most points, and immediately use On's third skill. This will help you out, especially when it comes down to the point value here, and look at the amount that we're getting. Now, unfortunately, we did not kill her, which is definitely kind of weird, because normally we would kill. But as you guys can see, boom, we got everything we need. And you know what? I'm actually surprised that you're still living, to be honest. So let's get rid of that. Give us some extra points. So now, as you can see, we cleared everything within the time frame, and we got us some extra points in the way and utterly demolished the 3-star. This is going to be something that you guys are going to want to do quite often, because it's pretty darn easy. It just comes down to team comps at the end of the day, in which I will have team comps for each of these stages later on. So surely do stick around, especially if you don't have these completed immediately, and especially for the harder ones. But challenge battle, at least the first one, is pretty darn easy, and that's pretty much the gist of that. Just think of it as a score battle. Now, when it comes down to battle 2 here, battle 2 is a little bit different. Pretty much when you're doing battle 2 here, you're going to be going against, I want to say, 3 different personas each time, in which I could actually swap out my team here, because actually, let me check who we're going against immediately. We might need a Zeo character. Okay, yeah, so they are affected by Zeo. What about you? Okay, so nah, we don't got anything for them. But these guys are a little bit difficult, because I think they're level 41. So you know what? Yeah, let's actually go down to the first one. Screw that. We're not even gonna try it. But pretty much what you want to go ahead and do, you're gonna end up throwing into here and taking out 3 waves of monsters. Pretty much, as you can tell here, there's nothing too big really, in which can I even fight them again? I wish I can. I think I can, right? What you really want to go over here, or wherever they lead you to, and you see these guys all locked up. Now, each of these guys are going to be a different battle, in which there's 2 immediately here, and then afterwards you'll have to face the big guy behind the door. So let's make this a little bit quick, and pretty much it's simple and easy. You're just going to be doing some quick little fights, in which these you don't really have much to go by other than just the turns, of course, but it's not really too bad. Like, it's nothing too crazy, in which first things first, let's go ahead and use this. Boom, they're weakened immediately here. Got our debuffs. Let's go ahead and start at least making sure everything gets done, and you just want to clear this as fast as possible. The quicker you clear this, the better, because that allows it so you're able to actually go ahead and sit here and get the most for your buck here. So now that we have everything done, use our all attack here, get that nice old damage, and then we can just keep moving. Now, this is pretty much just how this one's gonna go. It's not gonna be any gimmicks really, though the personas will get drastically harder very quickly, so surely do know that. But let's get a fire on this guy here. Make sure we can have as many fire statuses as possible, and let's use it on, let's use it on Jack Frost. Why not? Boom. All right, so So now that we have everything set up, they're just going to do this. This is on the 5th turn here, and as you can tell, we have plenty of time. You want to finish it before it even hits 26, and that's going to be the most optimal thing to do, of course. And by doing this, it's really not going to be that bad. Just make sure you get your characters a little bit up tier. Mine are only 30, so they're not anything too special currently, but let's go ahead and use this. Make sure we get that burn amplification, especially when we need it, if we need it. And look at that, boom, those guys are done. So let's use this. Make sure both of these guys get weakened pretty much. Go ahead, baton pass back, and it's just constant just hitting here. Now, once again, of course, if you do need Okeon's special, always go with the 3 unless you really need to use the number 1 or 2. But normally 3 is going to be your go little hitting move that you want to have on you. And then as for everything else, kill them off pretty quickly. Now, this was only in 9 turns. It's pretty easy, simple, nothing too hard here. So we're just going to immediately just get through this as fast as possible and get to the main events here. Now, each one, of course, are going to be their different elements. So when you're doing this, definitely do try to plan ahead, because if you don't, it could end up backfiring on you, especially in the long run. So opening this one, boom, bonk. And we're pretty much we're already vibing here. So we got everything we need here. I know these guys are affected by fire, so we already are good in that remark. And then I think turtle dudes are, yep, they're affected by electric. So Mink, get him down. Let's use our fire characters first. And actually, no, we're gonna actually use Wonder next. Oh no, I keep forgetting we can't, because he's primarily a cursed persona, so we can't really use it that way. But quickly do this here. Make him, boom. Okay, so as you can tell, everyone's already low. We're doing pretty dang decent. Let's actually just make sure he takes some status effects here. And I guess I could make this a little bit quicker, but I don't think there's really a need to use the AoE currently. And then, yeah, let's just use this. Get some nice damage off, so then this can easily set us up for the next round. So as you can tell, this is easy. This is just straightforward, pretty darn easy, nothing too hard. And actually, I'll probably skip out on doing the boss here for the most part, just because I don't want to take up too much time. But for the most part, this is how you're going to be looking at, especially when it does come down to the challenge battle too, and it makes it a little bit easier. Now, down below in the comment section, I do want to know, do you guys want to see me make teams / videos on each of the stages and things like that for the best things you could possibly be bringing? I would not mind doing things like that, especially when it does come down to this game, but I do got to know that you guys will probably watch it. So if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and start doing that as well. But we're gonna see what we can get at least involved with first. All right, 1. Let's use our 3. Look at that, bonk immediately, and everyone's already gone, so it don't matter what we do. We're pretty much we're set in stone here. So hit him with another, and then from here, let's prepare the nuke. That's all we really want to set up for, which is why I always use this highlight first before, of course, nuking went on. But let's go ahead, make sure that hurts decent bit. If we even need on, we might not even need it. So bonk, cool. All right, perfect. That was that easy. But pretty much try to just knock this one out as fast as possible. It's like your normal old just clear before a few turns type of deal. So that's kind of like Spiral. But once you beat those dudes, you'll end up having to fight this guy here, and which is pretty darn easy to really take down here. But once again, if you guys want to see me do the harder stages and different teams with them, of course, or the best teams with them, surely do let me know. But till then, hope you guys enjoyed it.